Well, good morning. It's 8:14 and 18 degrees in downtown Galesburg. Galesburg's morning news. Tyler Gum, Jay Redford, and Cameron Line. And we've got two of Galesburg's own in the studio this morning, Heather Acerra, CEO, and Mike Acerra, president of Lux Blox, the Snap Hinge building toy that's located right here in town. They just got back from being on Fox and Friends in New York on Small Business Saturday, and they just won a six-figure state grant. And the best part is they brought some Lux Blox in with them today. So, of course, Heather and Mike, good morning. Welcome back.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, I'm taking a look at some of this stuff. I'm looking forward to playing with it. I know Jay is. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty sweet. Now, the last time you were in here, I still have it. You gave us each a little
flexor.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, I still play with it, and
Awesome.
when my kids aren't. But no, it's pretty
Thank
sweet.
you.
Let's start with Fox and Friends.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about that visit. What was that? Where do you want to start, Jay?
Yeah, just, how did it all kind of unfold? How'd you end up there?
We got cold called by a lady, and we didn't know her. And she said, "Do you want to get on Fox and Friends?" We always say yes, of course. And she was like a PR person, and she said, "What we do now is we pitch it to Fox, different segments, and if they say yes, they greenlight it, then we go to And one segment was STEM Saturdays or something like that, and that didn't go through. But we weren't sure if it was a scam, actually. Because we didn't know. But then
We checked references, so she did send us a sample segment that she had produced. We called it was a group of a family that made a certain kind of grain for pasta that was high protein, and they said, "Oh yeah, it was real." We thought it was a scam too, but so once we had that confidence, we were pretty excited to listen to any opportunities they presented.
And you'd been on Fox before, correct?
Yeah, that was done through just a network of people.
Okay.
And Fox doesn't charge, actually, to get on their show. Other shows charged, like Good Morning America and stuff, but this was all Fox just like, come on. And so it was different working with a PR agent, and but yeah, it was great.
Yeah, paint the picture. How did it all unfold? When did you leave, get out there, green room, and everything like that?
Oh, it happened very quickly because we didn't get on for the STEM week, but she said, "Oh, I'm going to keep trying." And out of the blue, it was Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow.
She's like, yeah, this is a go. So we had to book tickets, and we were hosting Thanksgiving dinner. We had a lot of people staying at our house, so it was pretty crazy. We were pretty tired. We cooked and we slept, and then we got,
I did dishes Thursday night.
Yeah, it
because
was
we were leaving that morning.
Pretty fast.
Yeah, so you get out there and you get to the studio. What's the day kind of like for you?
Well, the thing is, we had assembled a complete table in our studio, in our factory, of what it would look like in
To
New
mock
York.
it up.
Okay,
Yeah.
But then I had two little carry-on cases, and none was going to fit. So I basically put all the parts for the models in the suitcase. And so we got to the hotel that night. I was up until like 1 a.m. building all the models that were going to be on
built
TV.
a couple.
But Heather built the fidget flexors.
We didn't want to check the baggage, so that's why we wanted to make sure we always had control of the samples because we didn't want to mess it up.
idea.
So that's why we did
So
carry
everything you
on.
saw on TV was built by us in the hotel that night. So we were pretty,
And it was really
tired.
funny because the hotel was not even half a block away from the studio
so
because I
small.
booked it, close, and they sent a car over for you. And I said, I'm a little embarrassed because we're so close. And she's like, well, we just always do that because I'm sure you have a lot of things to carry. You didn't want to walk, do you? I go, no. And she's like, good.
Yeah.
So
It was like a Peter Sellers film.
You
It was
have
like a
some big
comedy.
shots. You got
the car
the car
literally,
coming. Yeah.
we got in, it went like 1 minute. You're right, we could see our hotel from where we got off. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the hotel room was like comically small. I felt like I was in like a British comedy because there's a bed and you could barely get around the bed.
Two
and a
people
bathroom.
couldn't walk next to the bed.
We were building
It
things
was-
on the bed. It was crazy.
everything's small. In New
Okay,
York.
so this was for Small Business Saturday.
Yeah.
And you were one of 3 featured.
Yes.
And talk about just how it went. It was only, 3 minutes or so? That
It was pretty short. I'd never been. Michael had been before, but at that time it was COVID, so he had been in an outdoor green room. I'd never been in a green room. Always curious about it. It was really surprisingly very open. There wasn't like a special room with like M&Ms with all the brown ones picked out or anything like that. It was just an open, relaxing area where you could see what they were broadcasting at the time, snacks, things like that. And we walked in and Rick Muth was there, and he was the former weatherman. I'm like, hey, I thought he wasn't on anymore. And then I remembered he has his own company, so he was on to promote his business. Everybody was so friendly, from the crew to the hosts. Everybody was just super natural. They seemed like Midwesterners almost.
Yeah. So you get out there on there, and the cameras come on, and the red light, and you're on. What's the feeling like?
They're all hooked for sound.
Okay.
But so they got things in their ears.
Yeah.
You can't see them, but we can talk to by the producers. And it's pretty much controlled environment. It's like, it's quiet on set, that kind of thing. There was one mistake. People next to us forgot to turn off their Shopify, their email, their website where they have their business. And so when the people next to us got done with their segment, you heard ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching,
Oh,
ka-ching,
yeah.
ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. And people said, what the hell is that sound? So that was kind of funny.
Yeah. No, but it was we were pretty aware of how quick the segment was going to go. So I myself, I'd really thought about what are the key values
Right.
that I want to communicate succinctly. That was most important to me. So, I mean, Michael, kind of let me take
I'm not
the
just
lead.
saying this, but you guys gave the best one out of the three. I
Aw.
mean, there's no doubt about that. So
Thank
you had
you.
Griff Jenkins as your person that was introducing
Yes.
you. What was he like?
He was super friendly. He also had, I'm like, oh, you have kids? His kids are adults, as are ours now. But he was very friendly, and he took the bait when I fed up the line about, we were looking, because they want to know, why did you invent it? And I'm like, well, we're a homeschool family, and we really wanted to invent, something for kids to explore more sophisticated engineering principles.
Something that goes beyond
Something
stacking.
beyond stacking. He goes, well, I hear what you're saying is better than Lego.
Yeah,
I loved
and
it.
your line was,
You said it.
Yeah.
So I was so happy that he just took the bait, because
Yeah.
I probably would have kept talking. So
Yeah.
definitely helped communicate how good our product
yeah. So
is.
3 minutes. What were the points you were trying to get across?
2 minutes, actually. We got 2
Okay.
minutes. Everybody
Yeah.
got 2. It's a 6-minute segment. Everyone got 2 minutes each.
Okay.
We got about a minute 58.
Yeah, we got a little less.
Yeah. So what was the message?
Oh, the message was that. I was on Paula Sands once, and they were like, "What do you like most about it?" And I said, "It's sneaky learning." It just came to me, and that's a concept that I think kind of holds, and it's a good way to express it. Is that we created something that's entertaining. You could be seen as a toy, or it could be seen as a learning tool. But when you're playing with it, if you're a child or an adult, you're having fun. You're playing with it, and you're learning intuitively about engineering principles. So I call it sneaky learning. That was the main point. Was this is something a little bit
And she demonstrated coordination.
more of an extra level. So like I took my fabric and I showed them how it bends and folds because of our hinge, which is a unique design principle. And then if you fold it, it holds structure, which is a principle of corrugation. What I said was that's something that you're going to learn, but you may not know the name of it. So I think that's kind of the main point.
Yeah,
It's really fun.
I had like 2 seconds because they're
Yeah, I hogged
carried,
it
the-
off.
carried
I was
all
gonna
the
say, you
water
didn't
on
get
that
much,
one.
Mike, so.
Yeah, she did great. I was like, well, she's nailing it.
Yeah. So
And-
so you had props on there with you. Kind of show us today. Give us a
Well,
little
the
show and tell.
This is the money one right here because that really kind of shows you how it's different than what because people look at it and it's not moving. They say, oh, it looks like connects to me. Then you go like that. They go, yeah, it's not connects. So that's our mega flexor. So basically, Lux Blox gives you a real full experience of engineering. Our pulleys are also gears and wheels, so kids can make all kinds of machines. And we just want to show people how this system is really for kids who just want to really explore and be creative and not have to be locked into a brick system. And these go way beyond bricks because they act more like sheet metal. Where you could fold any kind of form from molecules to machines. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can make things that are more abstract or machines, but you can also make cute little models, like a little sea
little sea turtle or some kind of
cars.
killer like robotic
Space machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
How far have you guys come since the very start as far as like what you have to offer?
It's been an evolution.
Yeah.
It really has. When we first rolled out, we only had 3 colors.
And
we
squares
we
only.
only had the square. We were very insistent on wanting it to be a free play toy,
Mm-hmm.
and so we didn't have any instructions in the box. We had directions to get to our website so you could see our
Videos.
kids and their friends giving you, showing you instructional videos. We've really had such an evolution. Really, the things we've learned about bringing a product to market because we then were trying to sell in retail and we had these sales reps who were saying, oh no, you need instructions and that's the way it is and you got to have models. And so we kind of done that, but then I feel like we kind of go back sometimes to the
well,
free
we got
play.
pushed. Like the Target wanted us to do cars. Okay, they
Okay.
said if you want to get in Target, you got to do cars. And so I was like, sneaky learning. I was like sneaky designer. Like, well, guys, we have cars. We need to have special wheels. We have to have Lux wheels. So I wanted our wheels to do gears and pulleys all in one,
Okay.
and special axles too. And I pushed to get triangles too. So with Target, we got the full of what our full inventory is now, and that was really nice because then we could be a complete STEM set for schools. Our biggest push is to get into schools. We love working with teachers. And we do really well
I would
in
say
schools.
homeschoolers too.
And
because
now
homeschooling
homeschoolers.
is way on the uptick.
Because of COVID, yeah.
It can go deep. That when you homeschool, you can spend a lot of time
Right.
on one subject, and so I mean, it's always evolving. We're working with Bradley University right now. They're helping us design. They've got a really cool integrated program where they have business students and engineering students working together to help us with some additional pieces and to further some designs that will explore gears and robotics.
Yeah.
So we're
And the
pretty
chemistry
excited about
department at
that.
Bradley is now using Lux Blox for their chemistry classes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay. We're talking to Heather and Michael Acerra from Lux Blox here in Galesburg. You mentioned the people before you, their phones start going off when they get orders. What's the response been after your appearance on Fox and Friends?
It's like a heart attack.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely, it's so much fun because Michael's always been the one that's been able to go on national television. This was the first time, and it's definitely blown the other times.
I brought Barbie with me this time.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's
she likes
the
the
best.
camera.
It's
You
the
know,
best.
she did really well.
Definitely, it's the best appearance we've ever had. There's a good possibility we could sell through our inventory.
Oh, really?
She's finally convinced me that she's probably a better salesman than me.
Yeah. Well,
Probably.
Other big news besides being on Fox and Friends, you just got a $117,000 grant, state small business grant program. Talk about that and where that money's going to go.
That was all me.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote that
it
down.
was. I helped, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But was that a surprise or?
Well, the grants are awful because you write them and you think there's no chance you're going to get it. And I had just wrote a grant to, ironically, the Department of Education before the election. And then that department kind of like went to mothball,
Yeah.
so we didn't get that one. And then I was like, I got to write another one that's going to fail. So I wrote that one, and that grant was for just capital investment in a company, like driveways, new ceiling, facade work, whatever. It's got to be capital
it was all
improvement.
infrastructure.
Infrastructure, and it was a state grant. It wasn't a federal grant.
Yeah.
And they had $10 million to give away. And it was, I found out from my friend at Bradley, she couldn't believe we won. She goes, there was 800 people applied for that grant. They only had 40 slots.
Yeah, that's
So
impressive.
we were really happy to get that. And we didn't ask for the full $250,000. We asked for just 117,000. And because that's like, I wanted to be honest, we need a driveway and we need a ceiling, we need a new floor.
Our ceiling's pretty bad.
And some windows in the back. So we were pretty like realistic. And
It's good to improve things because we host a lot of groups. We'll
Mm-hmm.
have different groups from colleges or homeschool groups, Girl
senior
Scouts.
citizen groups from Peoria come in.
And so it'll just make it so much nicer. Our concrete floors are starting to bust up a little bit. That building's been a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's an
Grocery
antique building. It's
store,
been a
dry
grocery
cleaner.
store.
Dry cleaner, I remember that.
Newspaper
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
needs some work.
Give us the quick pitch on why are Lux Blox so cool and why do teachers like them?
Well, the kids, right off the bat, they used to be used just as a way for a carrot for teachers. If the kids are good, they can play with Lux Blox because they'd be really good.
Mm-hmm.
And so that they're really loved by kids because they click and they bend, and the kids can make really creative things really fast. So there's that high engagement level, but the fact that they can make molecules, they can make machines, they can make all these kind of physics experiments. They do science really well. So teachers love them because you name the subject, the teacher can teach with the block.
Yeah, I think of Lori Schultz Perry, who's from Galesburg. She teaches up in the Chicago suburbs, and she told us that when they voted as to whether or not they'd had recess time as a reward or Lux time, they always vote for Lux time.
Yeah,
So.
which is crazy. Sounds not realistic, but that happened.
Yeah, with the TV appearance and the rearview mirror and the grant, what's 2026 look like? Any big things coming for
Robots.
Yeah.
Finally.
Robots and gears. I've been.
We have robots we have robots that like work that we just have to launch. So it's got to happen.
Just a
this year.
couple bits of fine tuning on certain parts that we need to make a little bit stronger to hold motors, but we're so close. And believe me, I'm the nag on that. We need it. We've been talking
Yeah,
about
and
this for years.
the Bradley engineering kids are helping us. They're making this whole set of gears for us.
Okay.
So because I was like, if we had gears, that we could have like a lot more fun with these things.
Yeah. I mean, you guys have obviously been a huge success story. What's some advice you'd give the next Galesburg dreamer who wants to turn their dream into a business?
Test it locally small first.
And the other thing is absolutely learn how to market. The marketing you can
I'm
have
sure.
the best
Yeah,
idea in
definitely.
the world.
Yeah, doesn't
If
mean
you don't really understand the fundamentals of marketing, it's probably not going to go anywhere. And I'm saying that as someone who really didn't know. And we've made a lot of mistakes. We've hired a lot of people there's so many people that are willing to take your money and they just don't deliver.
Yeah.
So you really need to understand
Go
marketing.
walk a trade show that's selling similar things to you. Get to know the market really well because again, like Heather said, it's not about how good your product is. It doesn't matter. It matters how relevant you are. Does it stand out from the competition? If you're jumping into a market where there's lots of things like you and you're the smallest kid on the block and you don't have a lot of money, you don't have much chance.
Well, you just have to be able to convey your value proposition and get it right in front of the right audience. And
Yeah.
That's
Obviously, holidays, Christmas time. How do people get Lux Blox for Christmas presents?
The best.
Do you have any
Still-
left?
We still. I brought what's left.
Okay.
We're selling out of a lot of stuff. So we still have Mega Flexors. There's not many, but we still have Mega Flex, which is our number one item. We kept a lot in stock. And we still have the Neon Geniuses, which are really fun. And these have 8 wheels, and the kids can make 2 cars, which is nice. If you have a couple kids, they can make 2 cars. We still have Turtles. And we still have our Lux Force. And Lux Force is my favorite because it's so badass.
The best place to buy us would be on our website, which is luxblox.com. If it weren't such a busy time, I would say we have limited morning hours, but right now we don't need any foot traffic. It's
Call ahead.
way too busy. So
Yeah.
no, best thing would be on the website, I would say.
Yeah, and if you're local though, we won't charge you. Corey will call you and say, "Can I just drop it off at your house?"
Yeah.
We won't have to
Well,
mail
I
it
would
to you.
not make that promise right now.
Well,
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
Erase that.
And you've had to hire extra people
Yes.
Yeah.
because of this? Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people do you usually employ?
3 people, and now it's about double that right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's
I
my.
think we need an event. We got a cardboard boat regatta. How
Yeah.
about a Lux Blox regatta? I mean, some people
I think that
build
could be
something
really
good.
fun.
Yeah, we need
A
it.
build competition?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that would be awesome. Yeah, we should totally
They're
do
actually
it.
really common. Their libraries all over Illinois, especially do Lux builds competitions. You're gonna look at Lux build competitions libraries.
Okay.
But we
Pop
should
up.
do one for Galesburg.
Yeah.
I think
Yes,
that's a great
I'm
idea.
game.
You ever ordered the Lux box at Taco Bell?
No, but I'll have to try
No.
that.
Not nearly as good. But
Thank you.
we are out of time. Heather and Michael, thank you
Thanks
very
for having
much
us
for
in.
coming in. Of course, this full interview will be available later on this morning.